Hey, I'm working on the BMW. Oh, dang it. Got a little scratched up since I painted it. I gotta sync the carburetors. We got our Delordos. These have accelerator pumps built in. It's built into the slide. But I'm not gonna take it apart to show that right now, because they work good, because I cleaned them nicely. This is a 76, I believe, R90S, 900cc. I did the bushings and the rods, pistons, rings, valve job, heads, wrapped the pipes. It's been kind of a semi-restoration. Ted's planning on selling it pretty soon. Redid the fork seals and put it all back together. The brake was dragging and I couldn't figure out what the deal was, but I figured it out, so I thought I'd make a little video. Check it out. These are these calipers pivot on a pin right here. Back up a little. And the pin, when I had it out just recently, let's see if we can get her to come out of there. Come on. How do you get it to come out one-handed? Right. Okay. While airplanes fly over me, of course, because I'm at Tad's house, and this is like, you know, more airplanes fly over this spot than the airport. So here's the brake setup. I've got the caliper here is it's one piece on both sides, and it's one piston. The other one's stationary. So you put it on there. Here's the birds. They love that plane. I noticed that the pin is cammed off center. I'm like, aha, duh. Now it makes sense. This pin is rotated, probably via this slot right there with a big screwdriver, and you turn it to the position where it spins freely. So there's a pin. Feed pin in there. Let's see. Probably want it. Probably want to figure out where we're at. Okay. I got the cammed part here. I put it even, since we can go left or right and make the walk left or right with the cam. So put that even, and then see if I put the pin in. And it doesn't want to go that way, so it must need to go the other way. So let's turn it 180 around. Try that. Or maybe it's just going to try and mess with me. Oh. Put the wheel straight. Try back how it was again. This was a lot easier the last time I did it just a minute ago. And I thought, hey, I'll make a video. And now it's going to be a bit of a pain. That's alright. Persistence. If you want to be a mechanic, you need to have patience and determination. Oh, hey, you can see it move. So, there's our motion range, right? This is to center the pad so that it doesn't bind up. Aha, there we go. Okay. It stops it. So, hang in there. Ooh. So, what you want to do, which I have now discovered and learned, I didn't know it before, but now it seems pretty obvious. It is. Put your screwdriver into the little slot. There we go. And just spin the wheel. And it started to drag. Put it where it spins the most free. And then don't move it. I already got this side in the right place. And what do you know? No more weird little brake drag, right? And then put the little caps back on. Oops. And then you tighten them down. As long as the cammed pin doesn't move, which it shouldn't. It's fairly stiff in place. Yeah. Tighten this one too. I rode this bike to Ellensburg a few months back at the tail end of last summer. It was the best road trip I've ever went on. I went by myself to my dad's. And this thing, it was a little, wasn't running perfect on the way up because I just got it going kind of. It was running pretty good, but I fine-tuned it on the way back coming from my dad's, and when I got to the Columbia Gorge around Goldendale, and it was dialed in as far as the carbs and the tuning and all that goes. It was running great. And then a storm started moving into the gorge, and it was getting cold fast, and I knew it was going to start raining. I still had about 70 miles to go, so I just put the hammer down, ripped up the gorge totally. I made it from Goldendale to Stevenson in maybe 20 minutes, which is, it's a little ways. And it's a really twisty road. And you got to go through a couple towns. So, just BMW makes a good motorcycle. Voila! And what happens if you hit the brake? Ba-ding! There we go. Nice. Brake problem solved. Now, I'm going to move on to the carburetors. My electronic sync tool appears to have dead batteries, and the other battery I got was dead also. So, luckily, I have the old-fashioned kind as well. So there's the Twin Max one, which is great. I love that thing, but the battery's dead right now. So I've got the Volkswagen tool. This is a flow meter. So the air gets drawn in through there, and this little dial will raise up to the number, and you make them match. And with the cable operated carburetors, I guess what you'd want to remember is that you have an idle set screw, and then you have the cable with its adjusters as well, and it's two cables that go into one, so there's a little variance between the two cables, and you want these carbs to move at the exact same time. So what you need to do is using the flow meter, you get each carb set, and what you would do is you loosen these up so that there's a lot of slack in the upper cables, and you're only adjusting with this screw. And when it's idling, you get your idle set by putting this in there and getting your number and matching the other side by adjusting the screw. That's assuming you've got the mixture pretty close already. And then your idle set, you bring these up until they just about contact the cable. You don't want them to be in full contact with the cable with no slack, because when you turn the wheel, or it will rev up and down. You need a little bit of slack in the cables. You bring these up, and then you set the sync again by turning the throttle on a little bit. You'll want to like give it a tiny bit, so it just brings it up about 1,000 RPM, so that you know that the cables are pulling the slides up just a little. And then you got to hold it there or lock it in position, and then you set these. Is that right? Yeah. No, because when you pull the cable down, it's going to pull that into those. So what you would do, let's see here. Well, how about I just do it? I can't explain it right now. I better just try and do it. And it's cold, so might take a minute to warm up. Oh, and here comes my airplane. So lovely. This one's making my ears ring. Isn't that neato? Wow. Isn't science cool? God bless America. What other nation has the foresight to prepare for a good economy? See, our nation's leaders had the foresight to realize that if we poison everybody so that they get sick slowly, they'll have all kinds of disorders, but they'll still be alive. So we'll make a ton of money off of treating their problems and then providing hospice care for them as they get old. Well, they don't even have to get old now. We just need hospice care for when they're disabled. And just think how great the economy is going to be. All the kids are going to have jobs in the growing disease maintenance industry, and hospice care is rising big time. They're putting up hospice cares everywhere. So, plan for the future. Bugs appearing out of nowhere. Here comes the blaze. And what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm working on a motorcycle. And these distractions are why I had to close my shop, because the non-stop air show and the microwaves they beat me with, they kind of mess me up. And I'm good enough at what I do that I can struggle through it if I'm not physically that messed up, which I'm physically feeling pretty good right now. Yeah, microwaves scramble your brain. Oh, okay, I'm turning on the fuel. Turn them on. Choke's on. Get the key. The key. There we go. A lot of times the starter doesn't engage on the first hit. But not this time. Wow, whoever worked on that bike did a great job, because it's stone cold. It just fired right up on the first hit. Amazing. So, we're idling right now. Here's the flow meter. What we got? Looks like a good solid, I better wait until we get off the choke. RPMs are going up. A little smoke on that cylinder. One of the rings was bad over there, and I replaced it, but it scored it a little. It goes away in a second, though. All right. Another way you can sync carbs if you don't have any tools at all is to listen to them. One, you listen to the pitch of the air getting sucked in there. It's like, and then you listen to this one. I hear a tick on this side too. And you match the pitch. When they both have the same pitch, they're synced. Okay, let's see. That's a little better. Just over the 4 mark. And this one is hitting just over the 5 mark. So they are not even. Bouncing steadily on the 5. There's only so far down you can adjust them. These slides are almost closed, so it's at their lowest setting. So. This one's under, so. There we go. Those are synced. Now, here's the next part. Yeah. I think the plane's getting gotta do this and hold the camera too. Let's see. Because I need both hands, so I'll just see you guys over here.
Got to bring the throttle up a little bit so that the cables are holding the slides off of the idle screw. That way the cables are controlling their height. And then use the tool to make sure they're the same. And if they're not, these adjusters here. Bring that one up a little. That ought to be close.
I wonder if I could have found a bigger wrench. Still a little higher on this side. When I say that, I mean the slide's higher because more air is being drawn in. So I guess I'll stop this for now because I need both hands and bring this side down and then continue on. All right.